My name is Victor Karani. This is my AWS Cloudtrail final project presentation. This is the long one, the 15-minute recording. So first of all, I want to walk you through Cloudtrail and what it does. So this is Cloudtrail. Cloudtrail will essentially get all events from across your AWS domain with your logged in user and take a record of them. For example, here's one event. It tells you source, event time, and so on and so forth. And you can do like a detailed view, which comes up in a JSON format, nice and easily consumable. So to configure Cloudtrail, the minimal configuration you need is to have an S3 bucket where the logs will be stored. You can optionally decide to encrypt the log files. I didn't do that here, but you could. And it'll tell you the last time logs were delivered and so on and so forth. Now, to make this work for my project, you have to select this configuration so that you can publish to SNS, so that you can see your logs, so that you can get notifications for your logs and store them in a queue and consume them that way. Now, other things you can do manually is you can select by attributes. You can, for example, select console login and just get those events for console login. Or we can pick a date or time range. Let's say everything from the 7th to the 10th. I'll scroll down here and I'll say apply, and there you go. Next, let me show you an overview of my project. So this is a block diagram of my project. So once again, there's Cloudtrail, which I just went through and showed you manually. Cloudtrail is configured to send its events to an SNS topic. These are then picked up and sent to a subscribed SQS queue. These are picked up by the reporting program using supplied AWS APIs. And the program filters these APIs by required criteria and then posts them to another topic, another SNS topic, which is then subscribed to email and sends the notifications that way. So because this is an SNS topic, you can use email or SMS or whichever method you prefer to use, whatever SNS supports. So let me show you my actual configuration for all these items so you can see what they look like in real life. Alright, let me start with S3. So this is my Cloudtrail store. This is my bucket. This East 1 2015, and it contains all these events. I guess they're done sequentially by time. So there's all these events in there. Let me go through. Let's go and look at S and S now. We'll look at the topics. You'll note that I have two topics. The first one is Cloudtrail. This is just a raw place where all the raw events come in to SNS from Cloudtrail. And also another topic called my filtered email topic. This is where all the filtered topics are programmatically relayed and they're sent to this email address right here. And let's go look at the SQS queue. I'm using this queue called Cloudtrail. You can see there's plenty of messages available. Let me scroll this up slightly. There's nothing special, just a regular queue. So my program will connect to this queue, grab all the messages, process them, and then ship them out to the filtered email topic. Alright, so at this point, let's go and look at the actual code that I have. Alright. So let's see, I have, let's start with the main class. The main class is called the Cloudtrail Reporter. I'll maximize it. So all this does is it uses the Cloudtrail processing library. Just as a note, this particular piece of code is not available directly in the SDK. I had to go and compile it and save it. I believe if I look at it at the properties resource, if I look at the properties for my project, I believe it's resources, Java build path. This is the AWS Cloudtrail processing library. I've described more about how to compile this in my code, so if you're interested in my final report, so if you're interested, you can go and take a look at that. Alright, so all this does is it uses the properties file, which let me go through that in a minute. Here's my properties file. In my property file, simply, it has just basic connection information. That's my Cloudtrail. This is the most important part. My Cloudtrail notification queue. And other stuff. This stuff down here, I think, well, this is important. East one. This other stuff is, I guess, less important. But there you go. Then that's how it knows to connect to the correct credentials in AWS. So where were we? Here we are. All right. So the Cloudtrail reporter just connects to Cloudtrail, and then you can see it applies a filter on this line, then builds it, and then the executor starts. It'll connect. It'll do it in a loop with sleeping. Then when it's done, it'll stop. And if anything bad happens, it'll catch the exception right there. So let's look first at the filter that it's applying. I'm using a fairly simple filter which just filters for events from EC2. So yeah, once again, this is more or less provided in the Cloudtrail processing library. So just apply the filter, and it's applied to the event, and it filters out just events pertaining to EC2. Let's look next at the publish to SNS topic. So this is similar to one of the homeworks that we did. It uses this thing called the filtered email topic properties. So I'll take a look at this, and it has the topic on or identity for that particular topic, which contains a filtered email stuff. Alright, so it connects to AWS, and then it publishes the message to the topic on, whereby it was given the message when it was originally called. So overall, I'll come back here one more time. Connect to AWS Cloudtrail with your filter, build it, execute, start, then thread sleep, and when it's done, stop after a while. So I'll show you my endpoint, which is my email. Right now this is my email inbox, not much going on in there. Let me refresh it for a minute. And not much going in there. Now because it does one email per alert, when I run it, there'll be quite a few emails coming in because it's a very basic filter. So let me go ahead and run it. Alright, so I'll just come here to Cloudtrail Reporter. I will say run. I'm trying to make this bigger. So once again, there's 300 and something events pending in the queue. So there'll be a lot of activity going on. Let me stop it for a minute. There's plenty happening already. And let me pick, say, everything in black is an event that was published, that was caught and published. Let me pick this guy for instance. So you can see the event source is EC2 Amazon AWS.com. Same with this one. Actually, same with everything that was caught in this particular, I guess, capture. And let's go back again and look at the eventual source, which is here. I'll refresh my inbox, and you can see there's a whole bunch of AWS messages. Click on this guy, for instance, and it's just a basic, I just put the JSON in there. Ideally, if I had more time, I probably want to format this properly, maybe summarize in a report or do something like that. But there you go. The important thing that we care about is let me find the source. There you go. The event source is to Amazon AWS.com, and you have the event. So a project like this can be used as the backbone for designing something whereby you have a user that needs, you have some kind of like periodic reporting that needs to be done. Like maybe once a week you need a summary of all users that did something EC2. So you could use this to get the raw data like this, and then you could format it and say X number of connections to this, then just do like a nice report, for something along the lines of like an auditor or yeah, probably auditing. That's the best place to put it. Or if you have like lots of users with different credentials and stuff, this is probably a good way to do it when they're all over AWS doing different things. Did I miss anything else? I believe that's about it for my final topic. Obviously, if there was more time, it could be improved somewhat, but Alright, thank you much, everybody.